good.
Have you ever heard this book?
Yeah. No.
Yeah? So who am I, do you think? Am I Officer Buckle?
No.
Yes. And this is Gloria. Do you think Gloria can sit there perfectly?
Yeah.
So can you guys sit there as perfect as Gloria?
Yeah.
All right, Officer Buckle and Gloria. Officer Buckle and Gloria. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Natville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to the bulletin board. Safety tip number 77. Never stand on a swirly chair. What happens when you stand in a swirly chair?
You football.
Yes.
And you fall and get hurt yourself.
So it's not safe to stand on them, is it?
No, because you can fall and hurt your head.
Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Natville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Afterwards, it was as busy as usual. Miss Tupel, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swirly chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Tupel didn't hear him. He learned, didn't he, earlier that day, right? So he's trying to teach her, right? Then one day, Natville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria, right? When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety tip speech at school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria, obey by command. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat.
Yay.
Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. What are they staring at?
Look at the dog standing up
Yes.
on 2 feet.
Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. Why did they roar?
To get the dog jumping.
Yes, so they were all laughing, weren't they? Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of his tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After the safety speech, there wasn't a single accident.
A single what?
Not a one. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Natville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thank you for coming to our school. You're nice. Love, George. Look at all the different ways the dog was jumping around.
I guess it was all on his head.
The favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, you and Gloria made a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear my crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to the bulletin board when the phone started to ring. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety tip speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along the police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After each speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. One day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during an electric storm.
And he's jumping again.
The students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo! They cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again.
Jumping.
Is he jumping, or do you think he's acting like he stuck his finger in the electric and go, ah?
Yeah.
Do you think you can do that? Let's see if everybody can do that. You go like this? Alright. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on Channel 10 News. Can you guys see what he's watching in the back?
Yeah. A movie.
Nope, look right here.
Him and the donkey.
Yeah. So what do you think he just seen? Did he see how the dog acts when he's
Yeah.
presenting?
Hey.
Wow. The next day, the principal of Napville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for the safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyways. Oh, said Mrs. Tupel. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Napville School had its biggest accident ever.
What happened?
Should we find out?
Yeah. Oh.
It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh! Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Tupel, who screamed and got let go of her hammer. Is that not good?
No, she's standing on.
Yes.
Like.
One of the safety tips, right?
Yeah.
And the spilled. Gotta clean up. That's another safety tip. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, "Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my safety helmet." Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip ever. What do you think it's going to be?
I don't know.
Should we find out?
Yeah.
Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy.
Always stick with your buddy. Everybody here.
So what did you guys learn from this?
No.
Do we all need safety tips?
Yeah.
So what is a safety tip for you guys? What is a safety tip for you?
No. Never on a chair that had a wheel.
Yes. What else is one? Can you come up with one safety tip?
One time I saw my bike when I was riding it down the driveway.
So what could you have wore to keep safe?
Brakes.
That, and you could have wore a
Helmet. This is how you hit on the brakes on a bike.
Hold
you
on
pedal
1 second.
back. I searched for a helmet and took it off.
So our activity is we're going to need your crayon box. Can you go grab your crayon box and sit at the table?
Pencil box.
Or a pencil box. You can stop for a second.